I dream of one day going on to a bigger, fancier place. You know, there's a White Castle right down the street I got my eye on.
This is the Great American Whiskey Cookers. St. Louis is known as a beer town. It's also known for the Cardinals. However, did you know you can find some great whiskey being made in this city? On this episode, we introduce you to Dave Weglarz, head distiller at StilL 630, and let you in on his whiskey making journey. Welcome to this episode of the Great American Whiskey Cookers. I am here in the middle of St. Louis, a stone's throw away from the Arch, and I'm at StilL 630. I'm talking with Dave Weglarz, the distiller, the head distiller, founder, and owner of StilL 630. And we're going to talk some business stuff. We're going to talk some of the background information on StilL 630. Now, you're not the only owner.
No, I have three other investors who are owners of the company.
So explain to me how that works.
So I had a wandering path through life, right?
Okay.
I was an English major in college, so I drank a lot. Then I was a whitewater rafting guide down North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I took the next logical step and I moved to Chicago to become a futures trader, trading stocks,
That makes
commodities.
perfect sense.
Straight as an arrow,
Yeah.
right? The honest truth is I think you live once and it's up to you to make your life whatever you want it to be. And I wanted mine to be special and incredible, and this is my version of that. And I got really burnt out trading after I did it for like 8 years and just got burnt out. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to make something with my life and make something for others. But I had no idea what that was, right? I saw everyone else getting into craft beer, so I thought it'd be a good time to get into craft spirits.
Okay.
And I fell in love with the idea of making whiskey for a living. Like, that sounds like a pretty awesome thing to do, and that could be something that generations of my family could do. Be sweet. So I told a couple people that I'm gonna start making whiskey, and like most everybody was like, that's insane. You have no idea, you have no background.
Yeah, you've never done it before.
Yeah, what?
You don't have a beam in your family.
Exactly.
You don't come from a genealogical
You can do it.
200 years of great-grandfathers making whiskey.
Yep.
Right?
And so I ignored them completely.
Good.
Because I'm like, damn it, I'm Dave Weglarz, I can do whatever I want. And I'm stupid enough to kind of believe that, but I think you need a little bit of false sense of bravado to get anywhere in life, right? And I'm stubborn enough not to give up. And I think if that's true, then you can learn how to do just about anything.
Sure.
And I'm here to prove or disprove that theory. But, so I told a couple people, and two of my oldest friends were like, we believe in you, you're awesome, and we think it'd be pretty cool to be part of a distillery, so we got a couple bucks, we're gonna come in with you.
Okay.
So there's two guys right there, Dyke and Ben, two amazing humans, part of this thing from the beginning, right? And then Jim Schultz was the craftsman who made our stills. And this was his equity contribution.
With the stills.
Yeah, so I own a little over 73% of the company. Between the three of them, they own the rest of it.
Okay.
They're fantastic partners. They're silent, they're out of town, you know, so they're just they check in occasionally. I try to keep them updated on everything that's going on, but they're not micromanaging everything. So
they let you
couldn't have been better. They
run
just
the
said,
business and figure out where you're going.
Exactly.
That's great. So answer this for me. In getting everything going, what was the hardest thing?
So when Jim actually started, he had a small still, a 10-gallon little pot still, and it was running in my backyard and garage, and we were tinkering with stuff, and I had to see if I could even make alcohol, right?
Sure.
And he helped kind of train me a little bit. I have 8 days of formal education. So I took a weekend workshop at Missouri State, you know, classroom science, writing notes.
Right.
I took a Saturday workshop here in Missouri at Missouri State on like brandy distillations. Again, just kind of taking notes, watching the still drip. Okay. And then I bought my mash tun and fermenters from a distillery outside of Seattle, Woodinville Whiskey. Fantastic guys making incredible stuff.
Right.
They were growing and needed bigger equipment, so they were selling what they had. So I went out there, I looked at it, and I said, I'll buy it from you and I'll pay what you're asking, but you gotta let me come work for you for free for a while. And they were like, for free? Okay, but we don't know you, we don't want to be saddled with some maniac, so we'll give you a week. I said, deal. And so I was out there for 5 days, Monday through Friday. I was actually staying at Ben's house because he lived in Seattle and was working out there. And I was in there, 10, 12 hours a day, cleaning their floors, cleaning their tanks, labeling their bottles, pestering with questions, learning everything I could. That's my formal education in distilling.
That's it.
That's it. I think they hide a lot of good information in books, and I can read good, so I got a little bit of it out. But everything else has been basically trial and error in here. I've made a lot of errors, tried to learn from them where I can, talk to everybody I can, and have just been perpetually trying to get better and better all the time. I think it's a life, I love this industry because it's a lifelong pursuit of improvement, right? There's no end to it. You can always get better, you can always improve things. So I had my investors, I gathered together, and we were able to pool $300,000.
Okay.
We have been underfunded from the beginning, right?
Shocker.
Yeah. I wish I could tell you that I had, a wealthy family or friends that could donate. Like, here's a couple million, let's do this thing right.
Yeah.
No, let's bootstrap the shit out of this.
Right.
And let's go from there. And let's prove the concept, and let's grow and let's grow. So we found this whole little French gourmet restaurant here. It used to be called Hardees, I think is how they would say it. I don't speak French, so I might have mispronounced it, but I know the fries were French, so I assume the rest of the menu is too.
Well, yeah, so it has to be, right.
There's an old Hardees building, if you didn't catch that. And we moved in here February 1st, 2012, gutted the place, brought in our equipment. We did keep a couple tables.
I saw that.
For the historical value, the ambiance of the old Hardees.
I get that.
Yeah, the Missouri Historical Society was adamant.
Of course, you got to keep.
They're not making mauve like that anymore.
No, not at all. If you can't figure this out, Dave is a hoot to talk to. I'm telling you what, we're having so much fun.
So we had all this. We finally found this location. The landlord was going to tear this place down. He was just holding on to the ground. I said, "Don't tear it down. Let me have it. Give me a good deal, and let me put the distillery in here."
So you're thinking, because you've already outgrown this.
Yep.
I mean, you have stuff crammed in and just about every location.
Cranny. Yeah,
you're
so much
up.
junk in here.
So are you thinking that you're going to expand into a new location in the next 5 years? Or
that's what I would have said 6 years ago.
Okay.
And we've looked at it. We had some fits and starts. We were getting kind of close in 2019. We had identified some locations.
Yeah.
And then, when the pandemic hit, that kind of squashed everything in there. And the reality is we kind of lack the funding to move to somewhere else because we have to build it out. As a distillery, you're kind of limited on the options available.
Yeah.
You can't just move into an office building somewhere, right? You have to have the right physical location. It has to be zoned industrial, right? You have to have the ability to have trucks coming in and out, but we need a separate production facility that's part of the reason why we're closed during the week, right? We're closed Monday through Friday because we're in here making it. We've got pallets everywhere, we're moving stuff, we're in and out of tanks, all that things, and it gets hot as hell here in the summertime, so nobody wants to be in here.
Right, sure, I get
and
that.
So we clear it all out. We open up Friday evenings, 5 to 9 for cocktails, pours and flights. We do tours on Saturdays, but on that kind of weekend, we're in, public mode in there where we let people come in. So this place has been great. It's been a wonderful start for us, but we need a little bit more in there. But, either we'll have to do some sort of equity raise or figure something else out because to grow is a big next step. But we need to. We're making fantastic stuff, allegedly. And
the award wall kind of shows that.
Okay, I'll amend that to say objectively. And
go.
Yeah, we're ready to take the next step, but we've been kind of treading water here for a few years. And it's frustrating to me.
Let me ask you this. Are you profitable? Are you in the black or are you still in the red?
Yes, so we have been profitable since 2018, but we've had a couple down years in there. Things have been tough, we're struggling to stay afloat. And last year we did less production than we did the year before because we're kind of pulling back, right? And everyone says, "Oh, the pandemic, everyone's drinking or everyone's drinking all the time. That must be great for you." It's like, no, we are trying to make premium, high-level spirits, right? And the first thing people do when times are tough is they pull back on luxury goods.
Right.
That doesn't mean they stop drinking, they just trade down the value chain.
Yeah.
Why would you buy a fifth that's $45 of fantastic stuff when you can get a half gallon of passable stuff? You get some vodka or whatever and you're just pouring it into a cocktail anyway. Well, that's more drinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? And it's cost effective. So unfortunately, that's been the big thing. When as the economic times get tougher, people pull back from the higher level first, right?
Yeah.
And that's where we're trying to be at the whole time. So it's been sort of a mixed bag.
So is that the current struggle, the current hurdle that you're facing?
we had a really big bottle shortage recently that seems to have kind of eased out, but we couldn't get them for a while. That was a big deal. But yeah, it's like, honestly, our tours are down a little bit. Our wholesale bottles have gone down slightly. We're year over year down from last year, which is not good, you know? And that puts a huge strain and makes it much more difficult to be able to then leverage that to go somewhere else, to go out and raise money. Right? This too shall pass, but times are tough, man. And we're struggling. We're a tiny team here, you know? I'm the owner and distiller. I'm doing it all.
Yeah, you're wearing all the hats.
The employee, Andrew Spa, is fantastic. He's our head of sales, doing everything out there. And also runs our cocktail program. And we've got another guy or two that, Jake and Robbie, who help out and label and bottle. But I mean, we're a tiny little team, right? We're busting our asses all the time. So like, just working harder isn't an option to growth, you know? So, man, we're trying to figure it out. The arch is tied in intimately to our name. We are St. Louis in here. And so I'm trying to be downtown. I'm trying to be a bright spot in this awesome city. And so this was our place, our incubation, and we outgrew it years ago, but we're still in here and we're still making it awesome. And it's been a great incubator for us. I dream of one day going on to a bigger, fancier place. You know, there's a White Castle right down the street I got my eye on. But, but this
I don't know where this day is gonna go, but oh my God, this is way too much fun. And it's only like 9 o'clock in the morning. This is awesome. So if somebody wants to find StilL 630, if they want to get the whiskey, how do they do that?
Yeah, so the best way is to go on our website, still630.com.
Okay.
You can find everything that we have there, as well as links to our online shipping partner, Big Thirst, and you can order everything that we sell, which is basically our core spirits, and they can ship them to like 42 different states.
That's great.
There you go.
All right, fantastic. You can find us at thegreatamericanwhiskeycookers.com. Like us on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Go to YouTube, like, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll get notified of future videos that are coming. Or you can go to Patreon and become a member, get access to some behind the scenes content, and a big shout out and thank you to our Patreon supporters. We end every episode the same way. If you can't be good at it.
Cheers.